Hello again, everybody. This is MrNoobTubeGamer, and we finally got word on Heists. Now, I saw a leak that claimed that Heists were going to come out on the 23rd, but it turns out it's coming early 2015. Now, we don't know how early in 2015 these Heists are going to come out, but I really hope, I really hope that's something reasonable like January or even February. March, hopefully not, but all we know about this, well, we know a lot of things, so let's just go through the trailer breakdown right here. So basically, I'll play the trailer, and I'll stop the trailer at interesting points that you need to know. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, in this still shot, you can kind of see that they're robbing something. I don't think it's a bank, even though you hear a vault opening. You could see all the files, so I think it's some kind of maybe IAA raid or FIB raid, something of that nature, where there are very important files that you need to take. Because if it was a bank, it would have been a vault with a whole bunch of money in it. And this is a vault, but it seems like it has files in it. So that's one thing to take a look at.
I know you've been complaining, but you weren't ready.
So what does Lester mean when he says that? Well, I think it has to do with the fact that in single player, there was that one scene with Michael and Lester, when Michael was asking Lester if he had any more contacts in Los Santos when they were planning the jewelry store heist, and Lester said that he had one contact, but he was too unpredictable. Remember that one? Well, I think that's what was mentioned here. Because, or just the heist in general that Lester planned with the single-player characters, whether it would be the jewelry store job or even the big score. So I think that's what's being discussed in that part of the trailer. So you can also see that another one of the heists takes place in a yacht. Can't really tell too much from it, but it seems nice nonetheless.
You need a crew to take a score.
As you can see, the Hunter helicopter is back in Grand Theft Auto. If you don't know what the Hunter is, it was basically one of the helicopters in San Andreas. It has amazing military capabilities, and it was a very much requested vehicle. Now, we thought this was going to be in flight school, but it turned out that was not the case. It seemed like they were holding it back for this update. Now, this heist is the bank robbery. As you can see, there are ATMs in the front, and they have a whole bunch of things that they could carry money with. So this proves that there will be a bank heist. Now, I could be wrong on this, but this seems like a new car. It doesn't look like a car I've ever seen before. It looks very advanced. It looks like it has a lot of protection. Or it just could be a car that's upgraded through Los Santos Customs for that specific heist job.
Alright, first thing's a plane.
So you could see the planning board that was discussed in some of the leaks. And it seems like it's an AI character that discusses the plans, but it seems that you ultimately, or whoever's in charge of the heist, is the one who chooses what happens.
Then we got a bust. We got the inmate transfer schedule.
And this is a prison break job. Now, I don't know how much money would be involved in busting someone out of prison, or if they're looking for files, or maybe the previously discussed scene from the trailer where they're taking files that probably is taking place in the prison.
That's a two-person job.
You sure they're not following you?
This is a new APC tank. Now, if you're familiar with the one that was in the Ballad of Gay Tony, and you could have used it while using the cheats. This seems like that's the one. Now, it looks pretty cool. It doesn't seem as secure as a tank, like the regular tank, but nonetheless, it seems a pretty good vehicle, and it seems like fairly more faster and more mobile than the Rhino tank.
Require.
Oh yeah, that is the Hydra jet, if you didn't notice that. Now, the Hydra jet is another vehicle in San Andreas, and it's a jet, but it's better to handle, because it has two different gears. One of them, it's slower, but it's more towards attack-based, and the other one is kind of like the regular jet, where you speed down. So, it's good to know that the Hydra is coming.
A little bit of finesse. Simple. Should be the easiest money you'll ever make.
So, it turns out I actually did miss a few things in my breakdown, so I'm going to go over them real quick and then I'll end the video. So, on the first shot over here, you could see that the APC tank, which is circled, only takes one hit from the RPG before it's blown up. So, it has armor on it, but just know that not a lot of armor, and it might not be bulletproof in that case. The second screenshot, you could see that the car is being attracted by the magnet, which is carried by the cargo bob. On this screenshot, you could see that there are a few new clothing items. Now, on the one to the left, on the top left, you can see it's kind of like, I'd like to say Frankenstein-ish mask, but that's not, I don't think that's the right way to say it. On the right, you could see that they're wearing cop outfits. Now, this is most likely just in the mission, but you never know. And on the bottom, it kind of looks like an anonymous mask, like the hacker group or V for Vendetta or whatever. And in this last screenshot here, you could see that the flare gun is in the game. Now, the thermal charges were in the coding, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be in the game. But, oh well. Well, anyways, that was the trailer breakdown for Grand Theft Auto Online Heists. If there's something I missed, please let me know in the comments, and just, try not to be angry with me for missing something. These were just the things I was able to see at first sight. But overall, it seems like the Heist update's going to be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad we finally got something.